So ideally it's held at Anchorage. That's the way that we would like to structure it, so that it stays right there in your account. They're building out a SMA structure for us. Fidelity already has that, so if Fidelity would custody XRP, we could facilitate what we're looking to out of their infrastructure. The product that we brought to market with Bitcoin is exactly that. Your Bitcoin sits in the infrastructure there at Fidelity, gets aggregated and reflected without ever moving with 2 Prime, and then 2 Prime uses that liquidity to then be able to generate additional returns on the Bitcoin. We'd be doing the same thing with the assets, depending on who we partner with. The assets should be able to sit there at Anchorage and then just get reflected off exchange, so that there's no counterparty risk. If somebody else were to go bankrupt, you're not a creditor in that situation. That's our main deal. And then obviously, we want to mitigate volatility risk, because if, God forbid, something happens and XRP goes down substantially, there could be capital called away. We've done really well with that up to this point. On 1010, we had no assets called away. So it was 9 times larger a liquidation than we saw for FTX back in the day. So I'm pretty happy with our counterparties and how we've structured everything, and we'll continue to look to mitigate risk in the same manner on these other products. And again, trying to strike a balance here. It's not easy. There's lots of products we could just roll people into, but they just don't meet the risk parameters and the suitability requirements that we have as an SEC registered RIA. We're a fiduciary. We have to make sure that things are done a very specific way. We're mitigating risk. And if there are risks, those need to be disclosed to our clients to make sure that they understand them before participating in products. So we will escalate up the risk curve. There will be things that we offer in DeFi and other stuff that is riskier as we integrate that with institutional custody and some of the other partners that we have. But all of those risks will be disclosed to the clients that we have that are working with us to make sure that they understand those and that they're appropriate. They're taking the appropriate risk based on their suitability standards and their risk profile. So to answer your question in short order, yes, they will sit there at Anchorage, because that's the way that I want it done.